Yo, what's good, everybody? Listen, no intro needed. I already know you all see the title. I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm just gonna go right into it. This is not gonna be one of my more popular videos. This is gonna be a very controversial video. Honestly, at this point, I really don't give a shit. Excuse my language, and excuse my language in advance, um, because this video is something that I'm very passionate about. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm just gonna have some gameplay in the back. This is live 2004. Gonna put it on Superstar 12-minute quarters. We got the 80s versus the 90s, just so I can have something planned for you all, so you all don't get bored. Hopefully this will be a good game. But anyway, let me just explain something, okay? Um, a lot of my favorite players and people that I look up to, with the exception of Tom Brady, even though it is debatable, they are not among some of the greatest of all time. I mean, no, they are, but they are not the greatest of all time. You understand what I'm saying? And there's been a lot of talk, a lot of speculation. Of course, it's always going to be difficult whenever you compare eras and compare times. Everything is always, it's always going to be subjective. And to be honest, we all have our biases, okay? Whether we like to admit it or not, we all do. Somebody could be looking at this video and be saying, hell no, you dead wrong. And guess what? That's up for them and that's up to their interpretation. I'm fine with that, you know? And I'm fine with it. If people don't like this video, people want to give it a dislike, if people, don't respect where I'm coming from, then that's fine too. You understand what I'm saying? I appreciate you for the viewership. Thank you. But I'm not trying to attack anybody. I'm just simply giving my opinion, but I know how controversial this opinion can be. But anyway, back to my point. Okay? What I'm saying is, and I turned the game music down so I can hear myself speak. But my issue is this. Like I said, my favorite athletes and my favorite people to watch, okay, let me break this down for a second. I really enjoy basketball, football, baseball. I don't really watch boxing, but boxing it's okay. And I really like to watch wrestling as well. I enjoy wrestling, and let me just say this: some of my favorites, okay. My favorite player in football is of course Tom Brady. That's my guy, okay. I've always liked the Patriots. My favorite player in basketball, of course, is Kobe Bryant. I've said it numerous of times on the channel, but just in case it's some of the people that's new here, I'll go ahead and say it again. My favorite basketball player, yes, is Kobe Bryant. Okay. My favorite baseball player, of course, is Derek Jeter, El Capitan, the leader of the Yankees. One of the best shortstops to ever play the game. 3,000 hits and plenty of more. He's a five-time world champion, one-time World Series MVP, one-time All-Star Game MVP, also in the same year. Okay, and my favorite wrestler is The Rock. Now, like I said, with the exception of Brady, who is actually in the debate of not only the greatest quarterback, but I would also argue the greatest player of all time. I would say he's in that debate. Now, it's not now, like I said, uh, you know, there's to me, I think there's only one quarterback, in my opinion. There's only one quarterback that really can really be compared on Brady's level, and that's Joe Montana. Okay, and that's not to be disrespectful to any of the quarterbacks to ever play. Excuse me, who have went on to accomplish amazing things on the field. Okay, that's no disrespect. Guys like Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, Brett Favre, okay, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and the list goes on and on. Troy Aikman, John Elway, Roger Staubach, okay, Bart Starr. These are, great quarterbacks that went on to accomplish great things in this league. So that's no disrespect to any of those guys, okay? But I think, when it comes to Montana's playoff numbers are vastly superior, especially I want to say in the Super Bowl. His playoff and Super Bowl numbers are vastly superior to that of Tom Brady's. Now, one argument that I would make is that Even though, yes, Joe Montana, yes, absolutely one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever do it, possibly the greatest. And I would have no issue if somebody was to say that they have Tom Brady, if they have Joe Montana over Tom Brady. I would have no issues with that at all. That's not a problem. Joe Montana was fabulous. Even though, like I said, I would make the argument that even though he was fantastic, he never Tom Brady never had a Jerry Rice. Now listen to what I'm saying. He did have Randy Moss. I completely understand that. I know that he had Randy Moss. Okay? But that wasn't for pretty much his whole career. And I know that I want to say Joe Montana, they won 2 Super Bowls before Randy Moss got there. I do know that. So I'm not going to say it's all Randy Moss. Excuse Jerry Rice. I know Jerry Rice, that the 49ers won 2 Super Bowls. Let me just confirm that really quickly. I just want to make sure. Because I don't want to make a mistake here. Because I know it's not as simple as that. Yeah, just give me a second here, just to confirm. Okay, hold on. Playoffs. Yeah, so was Jerry Rice there? Wait, let me look up Jerry Rice. Okay, so they won 2 championships back in it was the year before Jerry Rice got there in 1984 when they beat the Dolphins, and they also won a championship in 1981, the 3rd year that Joe Montana was there. So they won 2 Super Bowls without Jerry Rice, and then they will later on go on to make a to win back to back in 88 and 89, or was that 87 and 88? Yeah, 88 and 89. They will go on to win 2 more. So anyway, like I said, Brady, even though they did lose in that Super Bowl against the Giants, they did have a fantastic year. So just imagine if Brady had a caliber of receiver like that. So that would be kind of one of the only arguments that I would make. But even then, like I said, because I have respect for the history of the game, and I know that it's not all about Tom Brady, and he's not just going to get all of this credit, especially when he's played with an elite defense for his first 3 championships. Of course. I mean, absolutely. It's a no-brainer. Now, he did play fantastic against the Rams, but that was a total team effort. Really, the unsung hero of those championships, of course, is Adam Vinatieri. Because when the game came down to making a field goal, all 3 of those first 3 Super Bowls, it came down to Adam Vinatieri hitting and knocking in 3 field goals. Okay? That's what it came down to. So, of course, he has to get a lot of respect right there. I'm not just going to sit here and say, oh, it's all Tom Brady. It's all Tom Brady. I would never do that. First of all, we're talking about team sports, especially in football when you're only playing one position on the field. But anyway, so that's my thing with Tom Brady. Okay? Now, let me go on to talk about baseball, Derek Jeter. There has been so many fantastic shortstops to ever play the game. Okay? Cal Ripken Jr., guys like, what's this guy's name? Omar Vizquel. Okay? Also, oh, damn, I'm kind of drawing a blank here. Is it, damn, what's this guy's name? Ozzie Smith, Ozzie Smith, who was a fantastic defensive shortstop. Trying to think of, Alex Rodriguez when he played shortstop. So there have been a lot of great shortstops to ever play the game. Now, is Derek Jeter the greatest? I don't think so. And I think there's a lot of others who have a case to go against him. But like I said, he's well accomplished, and it's going to be hard to really keep him out of that Mount Rushmore of shortstops. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't have to be the best, but there's certainly an argument for I'm about to say Michael Jordan, for Derek Jeter to be one of the greatest shortstops of all time, if not the greatest. Okay, like I said, 5-time champion. One thing that's never been done: All-Star Game MVP and World Series MVP in the same season back in 2000. when they completed their three-peat. So, and also another thing is that he's also I want to say he is 5-2 when it comes to World Series play. His teams are 5-2. Any team that he's been on, with the two losses coming from the Marlins in 2003, and the what team was that? The the Diamondbacks in 2001. That was a fantastic World Series, by the way. But anyway, um, yeah. So, like I said, it's all about respect, okay? Now, and so I'm not just gonna blindly say that Derek Jeter is the greatest. I think he's one of the greatest, and he may. And guess what? He might not be in the Mount Rushmore. That's something I would really have to think about, um, because there's so many good shortstops to ever play the game. But he's certainly up there. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to think of something else. Right. When it comes to The Rock, right? As far as for him, I don't think The Rock is on the Mount Rushmore of WWE. Now some may disagree with that. I really don't care. It is what it is. Um, but I don't think so. And The Rock is my favorite wrestler. But I think when it comes to the Mount Rushmore, at number one I have Hulk Hogan, okay, who was impactful. Now, yes, I know he played a lot of politics. I understand that. I know that. Okay, from what I've learned about him and from what I saw and read and heard, yes, I understand that. You know, Hulk Hogan played a lot of politics and he did not want to lose a lot of matches. I understand that. But another thing is that even with that, he was a great player in two different eras. I mean, he was a great player. He was a great wrestler on two different shows in two different eras, and played two different and he played both roles, being the babyface and being the heel, and being ultra popular and ultra over. Okay, of course during his WWF WWE days, he played he was as Hulk Hogan, the super over babyface, eat your vitamins, say your prayers, okay, and the originator, being one of the originals of being at WrestleMania. He slammed Andre at WrestleMania 3. There's a lot of history with that. And then he goes to WCW, and is the leader of the NWO, a heel faction, and has a bunch of success there, and even helps WCW overtake WWE in the Monday Night Wars. Back from '96 to about 2001. Okay, it might go back a little bit further than that, but that's what I know about that. So, now second in WWE, second also I have The Undertaker. The Undertaker, what more can you say? I wish he would have went undefeated. Okay, I wish that match never would have happened where he lost to Brock Lesnar. That was some bullshit. All right, that was some straight up bullshit. The Undertaker should have not lost at WrestleMania. But then again, if he was not healthy or really cleared to wrestle, he shouldn't have wrestled. All right, he should have left it where he ended, the match with Triple H. He should have left it at that. But it is what it is. But yeah, so there's that. And at number 3, of course, I have Shawn Michaels, the showstopper, Mr. WrestleMania. So many legendary moments, so many great matches. And I know he was a real prick and a real jerk back in the 90s. Even he would admit that. And I've heard the stories about him with the Clique and how he didn't want to help put guys over and how they always wanted to share the belt and how him and Triple H always conspired against certain wrestlers to not put them over. Absolutely. Do I agree with that? Hell no. But it is what it is. But you cannot take away from Shawn Michaels' talent and ability in that ring. Okay? So that's that. At number 4, I have Stone Cold Steve Austin. What more can you say? The leader of the Attitude Era. The best of the Attitude Era. Coming second place is The Rock. But Stone Cold Steve Austin was the Attitude Era. Okay? He main evented 3 WrestleManias, with the exception of WrestleMania 2000, which he wasn't healthy for. But when he came back in late 2000, he main evented WrestleMania 17 in 2001. And he beat The Rock twice for the belt with the championship on the line. So that's, and I know wins and losses is not a big deal, but guess what? Whoever they give the belt to, that's who they're sticking with. Now, an interesting what if is what if The Rock never decided to do the Scorpion King? What if he, or was it the Mummy? I think it was the Mummy Returns. Whichever one of those movies. What if he never did that? Would he still be the champion after WrestleMania 17? Now that's something that's interesting, because that's really one of the reasons why they took the belt off of him. So I wonder if he stuck around, would he have still been champion over Stone Cold? That's something that would have been interesting to know. But it is what it is. No ifs, ands, and maybes. He did lose. And like I said, Stone Cold is just a part of that. Now, The Rock, I have him somewhere after that, of course. To me, I have him at number 5. He's well accomplished. I'm not going to run down his accomplishments. But my point of bringing all of that up is to say that even though you might see the title of the video, I'm not a fucking rabid Kobe Bryant fan. Understand what I'm telling you, okay? All right, I really, and listen, I apologize ahead of time if it comes out that I'm yelling, but I really want you to understand this. I'm not a rabid Kobe Bryant fan where I'm thinking he's hot shit, and I'm thinking that he's just, oh my God, he's just second to Jordan. He's the second greatest player of all time. No, absolutely not. All right? Do I enjoy Kobe Bryant? You're damn right. Do I like watching him play? Absolutely. Do I think he's the top 10, one of the top 10 greatest players of all time? Yes, I do. But do I think first of all, do I think he's in the GOAT debate? Hell no. Okay? He hasn't accomplished enough. Now, yes, I know that he's a 5-time world champion, but one thing that cannot be understated is, yes, he did have Shaquille O'Neal. Okay? Now, about Shaq, I don't think he's the most dominant. I think he's the most physically imposing. But the most, and I might have said that, if I said he was the most dominant in my top 10 NBA video, then I'm going to change that now, because I think he's the most physically imposing. He's not, I think Wilt is the most dominant. But even though I don't have Wilt in my top 10, listen, Shaq never amassed 50 points in a season. Okay, let's just be honest about that. All right? So, but I just want to really make this clear, because I don't want this video to seem like I'm trying to insinuate that Kobe Bryant is in the GOAT debate. Kobe Bryant, he's my favorite player of all time. But nowhere in this fucking world is he in the GOAT debate. Absolutely not. There's only 4 players, the Mount Rushmore, in my opinion, that are in the GOAT debate. Okay? And matter of fact, I'm going to change it right now. I'm going to say that in the top 10, okay, in the top 4 is Michael Jordan, okay, Bill Russell, okay. I'm going to take Kareem out, and listen, I have a lot of respect for Kareem. There's no disrespect to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. A fantastic player. He has had a hell of a career, okay? But also a knock on Kareem is that, if we're being honest, he did play with, his championship seasons came when he played with some really legendary and talented point guards. Because when Kareem went to the Lakers in 1975, he couldn't win. Let's be honest about that. Whatever the reason was, he could not win. Okay? Now, yes, he was putting up numbers, and I believe he won maybe about 2 or 3 MVPs in that span of the late 70s, the mid to late 70s, but he was not winning championships. Not until Magic Johnson arrived. And guess what else? Magic Johnson took over as the center in 1980. Okay? Magic Johnson took over as center in 1980 and helped the Lakers win that legendary Game 6 where he played center. All right? And he finished off the series with a hell of a game. And he played center. One of the most memorable, and as a rookie, one of the most legendary and memorable performances in NBA history in the finals. Okay? And also on top of that, Magic Johnson led a team without Kareem to the finals. Okay? Let's go with that. Let's go with that. And while I'm at it, I just want to check something really quickly. Just give me a second here. Just give me a second here. Here we go. So yeah. So he went to the Lakers. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar went to the Lakers in 1976, ahead of the 1970. So they missed the playoffs in 1976. I don't know if he won MVP. Let me check. I believe he did. Yeah, so he won MVP in 1976, and also winning MVP in 1977. Okay, so they missed the playoffs his first year. Okay, now they never made it to the finals. The highest they made it to was the Western Conference Finals, where they got swept by the Portland Trail Blazers. And I believe the Trail Blazers won the I believe they won the what is that? They won the title that year. That was with Bill Walton. Yeah, they won the title that year. But anyway, they didn't even make it to the finals. Magic Johnson comes along and helps them. So Kareem never made it to a finals without Magic Johnson. But Magic Johnson made it to a finals without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Okay, back in 1991 when Jordan won his first title. All right, so let's keep that into perspective. So at number 3, I have Magic Johnson. Okay, and I have a lot of respect for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Do not get me wrong. Now number 4, at number 4, I have Larry Bird, with a close, very very close. This one I really struggled to really pinpoint who it is that I wanted to put here, but I decided to go ahead and go with Larry Bird because he helped the NBA resurge and make it profitable and make it a watching game along with Magic Johnson. But I really had an issue with putting Bird there or Tim Duncan there. But Tim Duncan I have at number 5. Kareem I'm gonna put at number 6. Olajuwon I'm gonna put at number 7. Number 8 I'm gonna put Shaq. Number 9 I'm gonna put Kobe. And number 10 still I'm gonna have Isaiah Thomas. Okay? But that's gonna be my lineup after some careful consideration. But like I said, alright, Kobe is not no fucking top 5 all-time player. Alright? He's not top 5. He's not on the Mount Rushmore. He's not second to Jordan. He's damn sure not the GOAT. Okay? But you know what? I can make certain concessions, and I can even say this. If anybody has Kobe Bryant outside of the top 10, it's not a problem. I remember having a fucking conversation, and this guy was telling me about how he has Kobe Bryant at number 11. I mean, listen, you can take my word for it, whatever, I don't care. But I didn't get all fucking upset and all, oh my God, how could you have that? Listen, that's his opinion. That's his list. It is what it is. But my thing is that I don't like the reasoning behind why some people don't have Kobe Bryant as in their top 10. Okay? That's my issue. And the reason why I have LeBron somewhere in the top 15. He's not in my top 10. And guess what? I don't give a damn who doesn't like it. Okay? If you're listening to this video, if you're a sub or you're just new, listen, I'm not attacking anybody. Only thing I'm saying is I have my opinion, you have yours. And nobody's gonna fucking bully me into changing that opinion. I don't give a fuck about being called a hater. I don't give a shit. Alright? That used to bother me. That shit doesn't bother me anymore. If you call me a LeBron hater and that's all you have to say, you're gonna get fucking blocked. Cause I don't have time for that bullshit. If you're not gonna make a logical argument, then I don't wanna hear about it. Okay? And the reason why I don't have LeBron in my top 10 is because I don't respect any of his fucking accomplishments. And like I said, this is not to put Kobe in the fucking GOAT debate, which he's not in. Okay? Like I said, the only 4 is Jordan, who is the GOAT. After that is Bill Russell. After him is Magic Johnson. Then after him is Larry Bird. With the close exception of Tim Duncan, who's the greatest power forward. And the one thing those guys all have in common, they are the greatest at their position. Okay? They are the greatest at their position. Michael Jordan is the greatest shooting guard. Bill Russell is the greatest center, in my opinion. The greatest small forward, the greatest point guard is Magic Johnson. The greatest small forward is Larry Bird. And the greatest power forward is Tim Duncan. And then the rest may fall. Okay? But like I said, that's the bottom line right there. Okay? And listen, Kobe has the most misses. Okay? Kobe played with Shaq. Kobe was a part of that 2002 Western Conference Finals rig job in Game 6. Okay? What else? Kobe has only one regular season MVP. These are all things that are working against Kobe Bryant as far as raising and elevating him up to the top. And also on top of that, and like I said, Kobe Bryant is, I would say he's slightly overrated as an all-time great. He's slightly overrated. But LeBron James, oh hell no. This motherfucker, he's the most overrated NBA player to ever play the game. He's the most overrated quote-unquote superstar to ever play the game. And the reason why I wanted to stay away from this topic is because I knew it was going to be controversial. I knew it. I knew it was going to be controversial. I knew it might turn people off. But now at this point in time, I don't give a shit. And you know why I don't give a shit? Because I'm tired of the fucking disrespect and the lies. Listen, when it comes to Kobe versus LeBron, okay, what people have to understand is that when Kobe Bryant, first of all, LeBron owes a lot to Kobe Bryant, okay? Not only for the Olympics, but also for elevating the status of the high school player, okay? LeBron James, when he first came into the league, he came straight out of high school. And guess who else came straight out of high school? Plenty of other great players before him. Guys like Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Amari Stoudemire, who would appear a year before LeBron James did, okay? Yeah, you had your bust like Kwame Brown, but it's not entirely his fault, and I don't blame Kwame Brown. And but guess what? He's had a hard road as it is. But I don't necessarily blame him because there's a lot to that story. So I'm not going to blame Kwame Brown for really totally being a bust. Now, maybe he wasn't the most talented, but, sometimes certain players don't really get a chance to shine. But anyway, and also you have guys like Jermaine O'Neal, Tracy McGrady, even Moses Malone, even, oh, damn, what's this guy's name? Even guys like Tyson Chandler. Okay, so there have been other players to come into the NBA, especially Kevin Garnett and Kobe Bryant. Those two ascended to being top 5 players in the league as coming straight out of high school by the time LeBron James came into the league. So if it wasn't for that, maybe LeBron James doesn't get a lot of playing time and he doesn't start right away. And he's not the focal point of the offense right away. Okay? So that's a little bit unfair to Kobe Bryant, who had to work his ass off, and he didn't get the benefit of the doubt of getting, first of all, he didn't get the benefit of coming to a team who didn't have good guards to start over him. Okay? That's one thing. And you had the nerve of a fucking guy to write in the comments of another video that I was watching, oh, well, Kobe Bryant wasn't good enough to start his 2 years. Hey, dumbass, do you know that Kobe Bryant came onto a team and was in an era where they didn't trust a lot of high schoolers? Do you understand that? Do you understand that? And this is the shit that I'm talking about. Oh, and another thing. Let me go ahead and say this and put this on fucking record. Alright? Fuck ESPN. Okay? And you know why I'm saying fuck ESPN? Because there are some phony motherfuckers. They are the most phoniest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. They actually have a fucking nerve to write on a YouTube page, happy birthday to Kobe Bryant. Fuck you. After all the fucking disrespect you've allowed on your fucking network to Kobe Bryant, you kiss my ass. Fuck you, ESPN. You've allowed especially Max Kellerman, you've allowed this piece of shit to fucking disrespect Kobe Bryant's name numerous of times. with all of the, oh, well, if you look at the advanced analytics, how about the advanced analytics pull this foot out of your ass? You fucking jackass. Fuck him too. Oh yeah, I'm letting it go down because I'm so sick and tired of it. And listen, like I said, Kobe's not in the GOAT debate, but neither is LeBron. LeBron is definitely not no fucking GOAT debate. Okay? Do people forget that this motherfucker went to Miami? How does anybody respect that? Coming off of two MVP back-to-back years, coming off 2 MVP seasons, he fucking leaves Cleveland and goes to Miami, who joined up with Wade and guess what? A Hall of Fame executive in Pat Riley. Oh yeah, let's not forget about that. It wasn't just Wade. It was also Pat Riley who was there, who's a Hall of Fame coach and a Hall of Fame executive, who probably had a helping hand in secondhand coaching LeBron and those guys. Not to mention all the other talent that he had around him. So how do people just magically forget about that? People want to talk about Kevin Durant. Now listen, what Kevin Durant did was disgusting. And I don't respect that either. And I don't have Kevin Durant in no top 15, top 20. Because I don't respect the way he's went about winning as well. But I damn sure don't respect the way LeBron has went about winning. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wait, Dwayne Wade was already a Hall of Famer before he even got there. Let me say that again. Okay? He was a Finals MVP. He was a champion. Alright? He was a scoring champion. Okay? A good defensive player, made some all-defensive teams, made some all-NBAs, and he was second to behind Kobe Bryant as being regarded as the best shooting guard in the league. Had Kobe Bryant not been there, he would have been the best shooting guard in the league. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay? So, let's not forget, let's not act like, LeBron just went there and he showed Wade how to win. No, Wade showed LeBron how to win. Okay? Because he wasn't a winner. And I'm so sick of the narrative of 2007. Oh, well, he carried a bunch of bums. That's bullshit. So he can get credit for carrying those guys, but he can't get the criticism for losing? Are you fucking serious? Since when do we praise players that lose? That's the shit that I don't understand. And the only thing that people have to say about LeBron is these stupid ass fucking stats. Oh, well, he, like I was reading another comment. This guy was talking about, they were talking about the greatest scorers. And this idiot is going to say, I'm going to take the guy with the most points. So the fuck what? He's not a better scorer than Larry Bird. LeBron's not a better scorer than Kobe. I don't give a fuck how many points he averaged. And furthermore, let me go ahead and say this also. Okay? When it comes to LeBron James, his only offense is fucking offensive fouling, driving to the basket, sticking out his fucking forearm, and offensive fouling. Okay? And they call a foul on the fucking defense. You can't even touch this dude. Just like when he threw that fucking little tantrum like a fucking baby, alright? Back in Boston, remember that? Where he cried about a fucking foul? All the fouls that he commits and don't get called for? Just like when he fouled Kevin Durant back in 2012 at the end of that game. Okay? But you didn't see fucking Durant crying like a little girl, like a little baby. You didn't see that. You did not see that. Kevin Durant lost and took his fucking loss like a man. Unlike LeBron, who has to come out with a fucking hand wrap because he fucking got blown out. The fuck out of my face with that bullshit. And he's supposed to be the fucking GOAT. Are you fucking kidding me? With all the baby shit this motherfucker does? The fuck out of here with that bullshit. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I don't. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick. This guy's been the fucking media darling since 2007. That's the only reason why he's in this fake ass manufactured fucking GOAT debate that all of his fucking, all of his, fans and all of his, they're fanatics. They're not even fans. They're just fanatics who won't even keep it real and won't even say, you know what, this guy does have the most final losses. No, they want to make a fucking excuse. Just like, and this is another thing that I can't stand about LeBron, okay? I don't like that he came out. Listen, this commentary might be all over the place, but just stick with me, okay? Just stick with me, all right? Because there's a bunch of narratives that are just fucking bullshit with this guy that I don't like. And I don't like the fact that, you know, people want to put context whenever he loses. But whenever somebody wants to make an argument for another player, there's no context there. There's no context about Kobe Bryant only having one MVP. And you know why that is? It's because when he came into the league, not only did he not get a chance to start, but he also had to play behind Shaq by the time he did start. And that's why I'm more impressed with Kobe Bryant winning one MVP than I am with LeBron winning multiple, because Kobe Bryant had really a small window to really be an MVP caliber player. If Kobe Bryant wasn't playing with Shaq, and I'm talking about he had a good team, like imagine if Kobe Bryant had that team. Imagine if he'd had that Lakers team from 2008 to 2010. Imagine if he had that team around the time he first came into the league. I'm not saying they were going to be good right away, but I'm just saying imagine if he had a chance to really showcase what he can do and win an MVP without having the pressure of winning a title. That would be so incredible for his legacy. But because he didn't have that chance, that's why he only has one MVP. And guess what? You know who LeBron James reminds me of? You know who he would be? He would be Moses Malone. Moses Malone has a similar career to LeBron James, as far as he's remembered as one of the all-time great centers, one of the all-time great players, because when you think about it, there's been thousands and thousands of players that entered the league. But guess what? You know what? When it comes to him winning a championship, he couldn't get it done. Okay? And he needed to join up with Dr. J. After winning 2 MVPs, Moses Malone had to team up with Dr. J. Now, yes, granted, I know he won the MVP that year. I know Philadelphia won 67 games. That's one of the all-time great teams of all time. But let's not get it twisted. Okay? Had he not joined that team, that's the same view of how I view LeBron. Okay? Had he not joined up with Miami, he would be a 2-time, maybe more, but he would be a 2-time MVP, and that's it. Just like Steve Nash, a 2-time MVP, but that's it. Nothing to show for it. With all of these fucking stats and all of this bullshit. But the only stats that matter is winning. Winning in the finals. Having a finals record. Yeah, there's MVPs and finals MVPs. All of that comes later. But that's why I have my list the way I have my list. You have to have a winning record in the finals. Oh, and this is another thing. I swear, I don't want to hear about, oh, well, you know, if it's all about championships, then why is Robert Horry not better than Michael Jordan? Shut the fuck up with that bullshit. Okay, please, I don't want to hear that shit. That's just another fucking excuse to put LeBron in the fucking top 10. Okay? Because that's what the fuck it's all about. And you know what? I used to think championships was everything. I used to. But now I know that championships is not everything. Understand what I'm saying? It's not everything. Because no one in their right mind would take Robert Horry over Michael Jordan because Robert Horry has 7 championships. So no, it's not everything. I understand that. But guess what? It's damn sure most of it. Because what do you play the game for? You play the game for stats? Or do you play the game for winning championships? What is the end goal? The end goal is to make it through the season and win a fucking title. So whenever we talk about taking some of the greatest players, you're going to take them because they could put up numbers and maybe put butts in seats? No! You're going to take them because they're going to be box office because they win titles. So, and I'm fucking sick of hearing that shit. Oh, well, you know, it's that if it's all about, just like Rich Paul, and he had a nerve to disrespect Bill Russell. Oh, well, if it's about titles, then why are we not talking about Bill Russell as the GOAT? Shut the fuck up. Bill Russell is absolutely one of the greatest of all time, and guess what? If somebody was to say he was the GOAT, I have no issues with that. If anybody in my Mount Rushmore was to be proclaimed as the GOAT, I have no issues with that. Anybody else, I have an exception to it. So fuck out of here with that bullshit about, oh, well, championships are not everything. Yeah, no shit. And the only reason why LeBron has 2 other MVPs, okay, is because D Wade and those guys let him be the focal point of the offense and all the rest of that. Oh, and guess what else? Since people want to talk about a fucking scoring record, since people want to talk about, oh, well, I'll take the guy with the most points. Okay, let's go with that. Well, guess what? The guy with the most points, guess what he never did? Oh, yeah, I'm going there. The guy with the most points, he never had a higher points per game differential than any of the other all-time greats. Oh, yeah, there's a chart out there that explains that. Points per game, there's a chart that explains that in the finals, the differential from the highest to the second highest, guess what? LeBron is not on that fucking list. So he's had all the help that he needed, but you know what? He couldn't get it fucking done. You know why? You want to know why? Because he's a fucking quitter and he's a loser. That's why. That's why. He's a quitter and he's a loser. And I don't respect that. I don't root for that. I don't root for you joining up with another franchise. And granted, Kobe Bryant wanted to do the same thing. But guess what? Listen, people praise LeBron for leaving because, quote unquote, the organization failed him. Well, guess what? Back in 06, 07, when Kobe Bryant wanted to request a trade, the Lakers organization failed him. You don't hear nobody defending that. I mean, listen, and no shade, because listen, if you're in the NBA, you're in the NBA for a reason. But come on now. Are we seriously going to compare Mo Williams, all right, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Larry Hughes, Drew Gooden? Are we going to compare these guys to Smush Parker, Chris Mims, Luke Walton, Lamar Odom? Are you fucking kidding me? With all that talk about his fucking roster, nobody mentions Kobe roster, why he wasn't winning until he got Gasol. Because that fucking roster was fucking trash. But nobody defends that. Nobody wants to come to Kobe Bryant's honor. Nobody wants to fucking do that. And by the way, before I forget, man, rest in peace to my dude Kobe. Listen, I'm not going to let your legacy suffer and just pass on like that. I'm not going to do that. Okay? I'm not going to let people disrespect your legacy. It's not about Kobe Bryant being the best player of all time. He's not. He never will be. Okay? He doesn't have the accomplishments enough. Even though he's a 5-time champ, he has Shaq, who won all of those finals MVPs deservingly. But as the lead guy, Kobe Bryant was 2 for 1 in the finals, along with being 3 for 1 with Shaq and building one of the greatest dynasties of all time. So fuck out of here with that bullshit. And he deserves a lot of fucking credit for that. No, he wasn't the star. He wasn't the best player on the team. He wasn't the main feature guy. But damn it, he was the second option and the best second option to ever play the game. And I'm fucking sticking to that. And I'm standing on my nuts with that. Yeah, you heard me correctly. I'm standing on my nuts with that. And that's why I say Kobe Bryant will always be better than LeBron. And he's lucky he didn't see him in the 09 finals. Oh, and another thing. Fuck that 6-16 record. Oh, well, you know, LeBron James hasn't beat. Fuck that record. You know why? Because they didn't meet each other in the playoffs or in the finals. So fuck that fucking record. Give a fuck about that fucking record. Fuck out of here with that. That shit is irrelevant. Because guess what? He couldn't get past Dwight Howard. And he was the MVP. But you can't get past Dwight Howard and the Magic? Yeah, okay. Because he knew what was coming up in that 09 finals. Kobe Bryant just came off a loss. They was going to get smoked. Yeah, I fucking said it. They was going to get smoked. They were going to get gentlemen swept. 4-1. Take down your fucking pipe and smoke it. And the reason why I'm angry like this is fuck his fan base. Fuck LeBron James fan base. I'm going to say it again. Fuck LeBron James fan base. They can all kiss my fucking ass. Fuck them. Because they don't mind speaking disrespectful and saying bullshit about fucking Kobe Bryant. They don't mind bringing up all of his failures, which you rightfully should. But let's talk about LeBron. Oh, and another thing, you know what else Kobe Bryant has hanging over his head? 2004. Yup, I'm going to say it. I don't give a damn if I like Kobe Bryant or not. 2004, he played like shit in the finals against Detroit. Because you know why? He tried to go out and fucking, he tried to win finals MVP, and the shit backfired in his fucking face. Trying to play one-on-one basketball.
13 seconds remaining on the
So, yup, and that's another thing. He played like absolute fucking garbage. But guess who played worse than that? LeBron James in 2011. A colossal failure. And he's a fucking underachiever. And the reason why I don't like LeBron is because I don't like him proclaiming himself as the greatest of all time. Because you won that fucking bullshit championship back in 2016 that the fucking league handed to you on a silver platter. Now listen, I'm not going to sit up here and say that Golden State was going to win Game 5. I'm not going to say that. Anything could have happened. But guess what? If a guy puts his fucking nuts on the top of your head, are you going to allow that? People always want to say, oh, well, Draymond deserved it. You know, he was punching and kicking people in the nuts. Okay, so you want a guy to put his fucking nutsack on the back of your head and you ain't going to do shit? Tell me you ain't going to do shit. Tell me. Because if that was the case, I'll say what I said when that shit happened. They both should have got fucking suspended. But no, LeBron probably fucking cried to the fucking league, to Adam Silver, oh, you got to get him suspended. You know, you punch him in the nuts after you fucking dragged your nuts over his head. Because that suspension didn't come in the moment. That came afterwards. Get the fuck out of here with that, man. So sick of that shit. And you want to call yourself the... LeBron doesn't have no fucking respect for the league. He doesn't. And because Jordan can humble himself and say, you know what? It's unfair to call me the greatest. I'll leave that up to the people. But we're talking about different eras and different players that I never played against. That's how a grown man fucking responds when it comes to the GOAT debate. Because he's a fucking man and a half. Unlike this fucking bum who has to proclaim himself as the greatest. Because nobody respects your fucking team hopping bum legacy ass. That's all you fucking did was team hop to win championships. And you want your damn respect. No, you don't get shit. You don't get no fucking respect over here. The fuck out of my face with that bullshit. You want respect after you fucking cried like a fucking baby after you got fucking fouled, all the fouls you did. No, you don't get no fucking respect. After you fucking helped, the league fucking help you screw over Golden State last year when they should have defended their fucking Western Conference title. No, you don't get your fucking respect. Got fucking Dennis Schroeder shooting fucking 12 free throws. Austin Reeves shooting 10 free throws a game like they're fucking superstars. Are you fucking serious? I know what the fucking league did. They're not fucking slick, and I'm not fucking stupid. I was watching those fucking games. Because guess what? In Game 2 and Game 5, when the free throws were even, they got fucking blown out. The Lakers got fucking blown out by Golden State by fucking 15 or more fucking points. But he's the fucking GOAT. The fuck out of my face. He'll never be in that fucking debate. And Kobe Bryant will never be in that fucking debate either. But guess what? I'm not a rabid fucking fan who can't be honest and criticize his favorite fucking player. Unlike all these fucking minions and idiots who fucking want to ride LeBron James all fucking day, saying a bunch of nonsense and a bunch of bullshit. The fuck out of here with that, man. Yo, shit needs to get put in their proper perspective and in their proper place. I'm so sick of that shit. I'm sick of reading comments. And that's all it is. LeBron's just a media darling. That's all it is. That's why he has this fucking fan base the way that he has. That's all it is. But real people like me who respect the grind, okay? Because guess what? Kobe Bryant could have fucking left when he lost. Oh, and here's the difference between Kobe and LeBron, okay? After 2008, after they got fucking embarrassed in Game 6, remember that? They got embarrassed. They got blown out. And Kobe lost. And you know why he lost? Because he did that dumb shit in Game 4. That's why Kobe Bryant lost. He thought he was Jordan and tried to take over Game 4 and wasn't focused. And that's Kobe Bryant's Achilles heel. And that's another issue with Kobe. He tries too hard to win. That's his problem. He thinks he's Jordan, but he tries too hard to win, and he doesn't make the best decisions in crucial moments. Just like in Game 7, when they won in Boston, he said, listen, I tried so, you want to win so bad. Yeah. Listen, Kobe Bryant's full arsenal was on display back in 2010 in Game 7. Even though he had a terrible shooting night, he still made his free throws, got rebounds, and made one of the biggest shots of the game in that fourth quarter when he hit that jump shot. Okay? So let's not get shit twisted. Yes, he had an off shooting night, and that tends to happen with Kobe Bryant because Kobe Bryant never shot over 47% from the field. You know why? Because he took a lot of bad shots. Yeah, sure, he might be the best bad shot maker, but that's not a title that I want to have. And yes, he has the most bricks. And yes, I do know that there's a thing with LeBron that Game 7 he shows up. I do understand that. Not all of them. It's not all of them, but for the most part, in 2013 he showed up, and in 2016 he showed up. I get that, and I give him a lot of credit for the block. But I would have gave him more credit had he stayed in Cleveland and won the championship rather than going back because he saw a young Kyrie Irving, who hit one of the biggest shots in Cleveland Cavalier history. And that's my issue with LeBron. You don't go to a system where you learn how to win and then you start winning afterwards and you want all the credit. Not to mention how dog shit the fucking Eastern Conference was during that reign where he went to the finals 8 straight years. So what? So I'm just sick of the bullshit and the narrative. I'm just so tired of it. I really am. I really am tired of the shit. Okay? Kobe Bryant is a better defender. He's a better leader. Okay? He's a better scorer. A better shooter. And yeah, you know why I'm saying he's a better shooter? Because LeBron has a fucking horrendous average when shooting from mid-range. Look it up. Look up his shots. Oh, what is it? I think it's within 3 to 10 feet or 10 to 16 feet, something like that. You can look at it on Basketball Reference. He's shooting like 27%. Most of his shots are at the rim. And the way he gets to the rim, he doesn't get to the rim with finesse. He gets to the rim with offensive fouling and they don't call it. When was the last time you seen LeBron James get an offensive foul? Consistently. Seriously. With all of the fucking elbow shoving and head ducking that he does going to the basket. When? When have you seen that? It doesn't happen because they swallow the fucking whistle. So fuck out of here with that bullshit. Kobe Bryant actually has finesse. He has a post game. He has dribble moves. The only thing fucking LeBron has over Kobe Bryant is that he could pass. So what? I'm just sick of the bullshit with this guy, with his fans fucking lying and saying a bunch of nonsense about LeBron that's not true. Come on, man. Just like they said that he's this great pass-first player. No, he's not. Stockton is a pass-first player. Magic Johnson is pass-first. CP3, Oscar Robertson, Penny Hardaway. These are guys that are pass-first. Well, maybe not Penny. I'll take that back. But, okay, but these are guys that are pass-first. All right, Nate Archibald, who led the league in scoring and assists one time. Steve Nash, Jason Kidd. These are guys who are pass first players because they don't average a lot of points, but they average a lot of assists. And Andre Miller. Come on, like, what are we talking about? And it's not even comparable, the amount of and the amount of competition that LeBron has played is fucking laughable. When he fucking monopolized the Eastern Conference. And then he bailed on Miami to go back to Cleveland. And then we're supposed to give this guy all of this credit. Man, fuck out of here with that bullshit. I'm probably missing a few points, but I'm getting whatever I remember. I'm getting it out the way. Matter of fact, just give me 1 second too. Just hold on. I gotta use the bathroom. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't pause the recording for some reason, so I just had to just let it run. Excuse me for that. Let me put this back in window mode. Let me see something. Yeah, I gotta figure out where I could pause the game at. But anyway. Anyway, listen. Among all of the all-time greats, when you look at them, they had a chance to come onto a team and be the featured player when they first get to the team. Okay? Tim Duncan had a chance to be the main guy on the San Antonio Spurs. What's his name? David Robinson took a step back and let Tim Duncan be the best player. Larry Bird came on to the Celtics. He was the featured player. Magic Johnson came on to the Lakers. He was the featured guy. Okay? Dr. J came on to the Sixers. He was the featured guy. Tim Duncan, yeah, I already said Tim Duncan. Trying to think of other players. You know, Kareem had the same opportunity. Shaq had the same opportunity. Olajuwon, I don't know about Olajuwon. Maybe he did. I'm not sure. But you know, like I said, a lot of Kobe Bryant didn't have that. He had to play behind guys like Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel. Then when he finally started, he had to play behind Shaq. So for the first 8 years of his career up until 2005, he wasn't able to showcase his talent to be good enough to win another MVP. Because everybody said, oh, well, you're playing with Shaq, so it doesn't count. Even back in 2003, he averaged 30 points for the entire season, as well as 2.2 steals and some other really amazing stats. Now, they wasn't leading the league record-wise, but he had a really good season. But, you know, Shaq was there towards the end of the season, and like I said, you're playing with Shaq, you're not going to win MVP. So it is what it is, man. But like I said, I'm just tired of the misinformation, the withholding of information. Oh, and let me say this about Gilbert Arenas. This dude's a fucking clown. Alright? How dare you fucking say that Bill Russell, if you have Bill Russell in your top 10, you don't know basketball. Dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, man. What are you saying? You fucking clown. Alright? This is coming from a guy, okay, And it's funny that we're talking about LeBron. You let LeBron whisper in your fucking ear, okay? You missed this and your ass is going home. And guess what you did? At the free throw line, you fucking bricked it. And now years later, you want to promote LeBron as being the GOAT. Okay, dude. I see where you going with that. Yo, Gilbert Arenas is a fucking clown. And I don't respect none of his NBA takes. And let me say this too. Because somebody might say this dumb shit. If your argument, okay, which everything that I'm saying, this is my opinion. You can agree, disagree. I don't give a fuck. All right? But if anybody wants to say, oh, well, you never really played the game, so you don't know what you're talking about. I know this. Not every former player knows what the fuck they're talking about. Because guess what Jason Williams said? The one that played for the Kings, the one that they call White Chocolate, guess what dumb shit he said? He said that Kobe Bryant was not a top 5 Laker. Now listen to this. Okay? I can understand Kobe Bryant not being in the top 10. Fine. Not a problem. I can understand, Kobe Bryant being slightly overrated. Absolutely, and I agree with you there. And he's not no damn GOAT debate. But not being a top 5 Laker, now if that's not fucking hating, I don't know what the fuck is. I don't know what it is, because that's ridiculous. How is Kobe Bryant not a top 5 Laker? Not many Lakers in the history of that franchise even have 5 championships altogether. Who? Mikan, Magic? Who is it? Mikan, Magic, and Kareem? That's it. And speaking of that's it, hold on one second. I'm not going to end the video. Just give me a second. Okay, excuse me for that. For some reason, I gotta check and see about OBS. It's not pausing like it did before. Yeah, it's not pausing like it did before. I have no idea why. But yeah, anyway, like I said, man. Shit, I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, but yeah, that's right. I was talking about the whole So anyway, like I said, him not being a top 5 Laker. Listen, I wholeheartedly disagree with that. There's not many players that you can name that's above Kobe Bryant in the Lakers franchise, which is fucking ridiculous. But that just goes to show you that not just because you played the game before doesn't mean that your opinion is solid. Now, I think that you should know the game. You should have history. You should know the history. You should have respect for the game. But just because you've played before doesn't mean that you necessarily know what you're talking about. It doesn't mean that. Because I completely disagree with him when he says that Kobe Bryant is not a top 5 Laker. That's just fucking that's a horrible take. And that is not a hill to die on. But it is what it is, man. Listen, I don't get irritated at anybody's opinion. I just get irritated at the logic and the bullshit that gets spewed and the excuses for LeBron. I get tired of that. Okay? And now you got people saying, he's a better defender than Kobe Bryant. Are you fucking kidding me? Why? Because he had that stupid ass block? Like, get out of here with that. That block was good, but he doesn't play no fucking defense. LeBron hasn't played defense since he was in Miami. As Michael Jordan.
Here's tonight's player of the game.
As Michael Jordan scored 44. Wow, look at those numbers. He had a hell of a game. I'm going to go ahead and get into another game. This is going to be a kind of a long video. But anyway, I don't give a shit about that damn block. Just like how, and this is another thing. How the fuck in 2K have LeBron as a 95? What the fuck is that about? A 95 in 2K? A 95? He's not even he's not even a top 10 player in today's game. What are they basing that off of? He doesn't even fucking play any defense. This is the shit that I'm talking about. How they just want to fucking meat gobble this fucking dude. Like when are we gonna keep it real about this guy? When are people gonna be honest about this guy? Stop making fucking excuses for LeBron. A 90 fucking 5. Like, are you kidding me? I forget which player he's also better than. It's like shit like that, just fucking irritating. LeBron is not the end-all be-all to fucking basketball. And this is bigger than Kobe Bryant. This is bigger than LeBron James. Just like how I don't like how ESPN or like they don't even do like this day in history. The league is not about Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James. It's not. You have so many other legendary players. They don't even do like this day in history, Oscar Robertson scored this many points. Or this day in history, Pete Maravich dropped this many assists. Or this day in history, Will Chamberlain scored this many points and got this many rebounds. Or this day in history, Michael Jordan did this. They don't even do shit like that. All they want to talk about is LeBron all fucking day. LeBron is not the league, and he's not the face of the league either. Steph Curry is the face of the league. Oh man, like fuck this dude, man. And like I said, I have my reasons on why I don't like LeBron. I don't like how he's a flopper. Okay, I don't like how he fucking cried. You understand what I'm saying about that damn foul? I don't like that he came out and said that he's the great. Listen, if you want to say that you're the greatest, you're the GOAT when you're in the heat of battle, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You're talking shit. You're playing. You know, you in the moment. Yeah, I'm the GOAT. Take that. I'm the GOAT. Take this. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not against that. But when you start saying it in a public setting, you don't have no respect for the league. And that's my issue with LeBron. He does not care, have no respect for any other league or its former players. But we're supposed to have respect for him. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. After you fucking, when you lost in 2011, you know what I'm saying? You had a nerve to get on the podium. Oh, well, people got to go back to the lives that they live. People got to go back and live the life. That shows you all you need to know about this dude. He can't handle the criticism. He cannot handle the criticism. He wants to be liked. He don't know how to be the villain. He doesn't want to be the villain. He don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. Okay? He does not. But this is what I'm saying. Everybody just seems to forget that or excuse that. How can you be the GOAT when you came out with a fucking hand wrap after you got swept? How are you the GOAT? Can somebody explain that? When he fucking lied? Oh, I hurt my hand after game 1. But you were dunking in that game. When you quote unquote broke your hand in the second half at halftime, you broke your hand on the blackboard. Alright? And you was dunking in the other games as well. And if that's the case, and guess what? I don't want to hear that shit anyway, because guess what? If the injury was that bad, you shouldn't have fucking played. Because when Kobe Bryant had a fucking sprained thumb, I never knew about it. And if they would have lost in Game 7, that is no fucking excuse, because you put that jersey on and you fucking played the game. I don't want to hear about a goddamn broken finger. Just like I don't want to hear about a fucking broken hand. If it was that fucking broke or sprained or whatever, don't fucking play. Get off the fucking court. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm tired of the fucking excuses with this motherfucker. And people always say, oh, he's the GOAT. Oh, I'm taking the guy with the most points. Does anybody remember these moments? When he loses and he acts like a fucking baby? Does anybody remember that? On the biggest stage? These on the biggest stage, the finals, where he comes up short and doesn't lead his team to victory and has a losing record. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. Sick of that shit, man. Sick of the fucking excuses with this guy when he fucking loses and gets his ass whipped instead of bowing out gracefully. You know what the fuck Steve Nash said? And I agree with him on this. I think that in 2007, they had a chance to beat the fucking San Antonio Spurs. And if it wasn't for that, listen, Robert Horry knocked the shit out of Steve Nash into the announcer's desk. And they have a bullshit rule. Oh, well, the players step on the court. You know, they're subjected to get fined and suspended. That's bullshit because they weren't even involved in any altercation. It's a bullshit rule. But you know what the fuck Steve Nash said? And I got a lot of respect for fucking Steve Nash. He didn't make no fucking excuses. You know what he said? Maybe I could have did something different and we could have beat the Spurs in the Western Conference fucking finals. He said that. Unlike LeBron, who came out with a fucking hand wrap lying, talking about he hurt his hand. And you want your respect and you the GOAT? You kiss my ass. And fuck his fan base who thinks that. Because they don't forget about these fucking moments. When he fucking loses. And it's not his fault. Fuck out of here. You want to get credit as being the best player on the team? You're going to get the criticism too when your fucking team takes that L. You damn right. And the reason why I'm angry at this is because I was never, listen to me very fucking carefully, I was never like that with Kobe Bryant. As a matter of fact, I remember when I first got into basketball, when Kobe Bryant lost in 2008, you know what I said? I was watching it with my pops. And you know what the fuck I said? I said, that motherfucker, I said, I'm not fucking watching him. That's what the fuck I said. I said, I'm not fucking watching him. But you know what my pop said? He said, yo, don't worry about it. They'll be back. He said, don't worry about it. They're going to fucking be back. And I said, bullshit. No, they're not. He's not coming back. I don't believe in this dude. He's a fucking loser. That's what the fuck I said. God damn it. But you know what happened? He persevered. He stuck with the grind. And he made it back and won back-to-back NBA championships. Yes, he had a horrible shooting night in Game 7. Okay, he had a horrible shooting night. But you know what? He made up for it by getting rebounds, making the assist to Ron Artest, and knocking in his fucking free throws at the end of the game. And as far as for him being clutch over LeBron, I will admit it's close. I will admit that it's close. But I'm giving the edge to Kobe Bryant as far as for being clutch, but it is close. LeBron, I will say he's clutch enough. Not more clutch than Kobe, but it's clutch enough. That's another knock on LeBron is that he's not a clutch performer. And I get sick and tired of when he passes the ball, it's somebody else's fault. Bro, in the 2018 finals, game 1, you have the fucking basketball. You have Steph Curry on you. You got the switch. Because, you know, you don't take on the best player. No. You want to get a clear out. You want to get a switch. You want to do that. Because you're never going to back down, Giannis. You're never going to back down Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard in the post, Jimmy Butler. No. You're not going to back down those guys. No, you want to get Steph Curry. You know, you're 6'8" and he's 6'3". You know, you want to get the little guy on the court, because that's the size of your heart. It's very little because, you don't come through when it's time. So you want to get the switch and then you pass it to George Hill, who then in turn misses one free throw. And then this dude, Jay, I don't know what the hell he was thinking about. It was funny, but I don't know what the hell he was thinking about. Dribbling the basketball out. I don't know what that was about, but hey, listen, that's your team. Oh, well. You got to deal with that. And you wasn't even in track of the timeouts. And you pouted like a baby going into that overtime. But this is who he is. Okay? This is who he is. He does, and then on top of that, he doesn't take on the toughest defensive assignments. He does not. And when you look back at those finals, he's standing in the fucking corner like he always does. The only reason why he got all-team first defense is because he's a good help defender and he's a good transitional defender. That's it. Other than that, he's below average, way below average, especially now, way below average as an on-ball defender. Are you kidding me? Way below average. This dude is not a good defender at all. Especially not better than no Kobe Bryant. And not to mention, Kobe Bryant has a winning finals record. So guess what? In order to get into my top 10, you have to have a winning finals record. And listen, and let me also go on record as to say this. I do not hate LeBron James. I don't. I think he's one of the greatest. Not one of the greatest. He's one of the best players to play the game. Not one of the greatest. His legacy ain't all that. I don't respect the way he's win about championships. But you know what? He is a champion. It is what it is. But he's in my top 15. He'll never be in my top 10. You can kiss that shit goodbye. And I don't. And you know what? I used to say, you know what? Maybe I'm a little bit too hard on LeBron. You know, maybe I can say, no, fuck that. Fuck that. He's not in shit. And part of that is because of his fucking fan base. They could kiss my fucking ass. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I'm sick of him, and I'm sick of the fan base, and I'm sick of the fucking media trying to force this motherfucker down our fucking throats. I'm tired of that shit. They don't talk about nobody else. These motherfuckers lost in the Western Conference Finals. The next day they're talking about, is Kyrie Irving going to come to the Lakers? Man, fuck that shit. Fuck the Lakers. We're about to have the NBA Finals go on, and all you motherfuckers talk about is LA. Excuse me. Man, fuck that shit. Fuck the goddamn Lakers. Fuck LeBron and whatever the fuck he has planned with all this fake ass crown dumb shit he's doing. Fuck that. Give a fuck. The fuck out of here, man. And that's why I didn't want this motherfucker to win against Golden State, because I knew that bullshit was gonna happen. And they fucking screwed Golden State over. And I'll never forgive the fucking NBA for that bullshit. Because you know what I wanted? I wanted to see the Golden State Warriors versus the fucking the Denver Nuggets. And I fucking knew that they were gonna do that. I knew they were going to screw them with the free throw differential. And you know why that's important? Because guys can't be aggressive. Guys can't play defense. Guys can't drive to the basket because you're constantly getting fouls called on you. So it takes your aggressiveness out of the game. But meanwhile, you're letting Dennis Schroeder, who's a fucking hack, he's grabbing, holding, and fucking ripping motherfuckers' jerseys. You let him do that. You let him fucking harass players and all of that shit, but you're gonna foul as soon as somebody coughs on fucking Anthony Davis. The fuck out of here with that, man. Sick of this shit. And no, he is not 4-6 in the finals. He's 3-6 in the fucking finals, which is fucking terrible. He's 3-6. I don't count that fucking bubble ring. And he does not deserve a fucking statue outside of LA neither. Stop saying that dumbass shit. The fuck out of here, man. You don't deserve a statue, period. Listen, I'm just glad that I'm just glad that I don't like LeBron, and I'm nowhere near fucking Cleveland, Ohio, because they're probably gonna build a statue anyway. Who fucking cares? I don't give a shit. But they're probably going to build it anyway. I'm glad I don't have to be there to fucking see it. Fucking dumb shit. All they want to do is suck this dude off in the fucking media all fucking day. I'm tired of that shit. Talk about somebody else. You got so many great players, even players who haven't won a championship. You can still highlight some of their highlights of their careers. Like, remember Brandon Jennings? Won't they show that game? Show a game where Brandon Jennings dropped that, I remember in his rookie season, he scored a lot of points in that one game. They don't even do that. Like, oh, hey, Brandon Jennings scored this many points. Look at this fantastic game. And they can run down some of his highlights. They can say, hey, listen, he wasn't fortunate enough to stay in the league, but he did accomplish a great thing and score a lot of points as a rookie. Talk about that. It's not even about Kobe Bryant. I don't want them to talk about Kobe Bryant all day. I really don't. It's bigger than Kobe Bryant. It's bigger than LeBron. We're talking about the game of basketball. Promote the game. Promote the players. Everybody. God damn. And my boy Greed always made a great point. He was saying, why they don't talk about the greatest teams of all time. And I completely, wholeheartedly agree with him. The conversation should be, who are the greatest teams of all time? There's all this noise about who's the greatest player and this and that. And listen, we could talk about all of that. That's fine. But who are the greatest teams of all time? Also, we're talking about team sports and giving one player all of the credit or most of the credit. And it's disgusting. But there's a lot of times where certain guys just outperform their peers and their teammates. And that's understandable. But damn, we should also be talking about the greatest teams also. Jesus Christ, man. Listen, I'm going to let the gameplay run. I'm going to just go get some water real quick. Give me a sec.
The two. The 70s All-Stars did not look very strong defensively on that possession.
There was a complete lack of communication, Marvin. No one made an effort to help out.
The two's no good. Well, this has been an impressive stretch defensively.
They're challenging shots and making the other team work.
All right, your boy's back. Hold on. Let me just take a sip of some water.
Because of poor play at both ends of the court. They need to start playing a team game if they want anything climbing back into it.
Oh, man. Okay. Listen. Like I said, the only thing that people could talk about is LeBron James' stats, and I don't give a fuck about his stats. Stats don't tell the whole story. Fuck him and fuck his stats. And let's talk about the stats that matter, since we're going to bring up stats. You know what's the one important stat that he doesn't have? Winning record in the finals. Yep. And I'm not impressed with, he went 8 times, because if that's the case, we have to start saying that Jerry West, since he went to 8 straight finals, Jerry West is better than, trying to think, what, Jerry West is better than Clyde Drexler? Or Elgin Baylor is better than Dr. J? Is Elgin Baylor better than Dr. J? Because he went to a lot of finals. Can we talk about that? Is Elgin Baylor better than fucking Dr. J? No, I didn't think so. So why the fuck would that apply to fucking LeBron? And that's all y'all have is, the numbers. So what? So the fuck what? Fuck them numbers. And those are total game numbers anyway. With his lazy ass fucking rebounds. All he does is fucking basket hang and collect rebounds. Because he doesn't play any defense. He don't play no defense. He wants to guard the guy in the corner. Fucking playing free safety out there looking dumb. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. I'm just sick of the narratives and the lies with this dude. And the reason why, listen, I know some of y'all are gonna say, "Damn, this guy really just, we're not used to hearing you like this." And listen, I understand that this is a little, but listen, I'm just so sick of it. I'm sick of reading stuff where it's like, "Oh, LeBron," Listen, I understand he has 4 MVPs. I get that, but guess what else? Kobe Bryant would have a lot of MVPs also if he was on a team where he could be the featured player by himself. He would have a lot of MVPs also. People don't take that into context. But they love giving context to how LeBron lost. But they don't give context to how other players, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda, and all this bullshit. Fuck those MVPs, because guess what? 2 of those MVPs didn't even make it to the finals. So fuck that. He would have just been another, had he not went to Miami, he would have been another Moses Malone. And another thing, I know that LeBron didn't start the super team thing. Technically, it was Wilt Chamberlain. But LeBron started the super team thing of teaming up in your prime years. That's what he started. Teaming up in your prime years, that's what he started. And that's disgusting because, to me, when I look at LeBron, I look at a guy who had all the potential and the physical tools to be an all-time great. There's no doubt about it, because I don't hate LeBron. I don't hate him. I don't like him because I didn't root for him, but I can always give credit where credit is due. I can always give that. Just like how I cannot stand Eli Manning. I cannot stand Eli Manning, but you know what? He took it to Tom Brady. Okay? He took the fight to Tom Brady, and he outperformed and outplayed him in both of those Super Bowls. And I respect the hell out of Eli Manning. One of the greatest. He's a top 10 quarterback. I don't give a damn what nobody says. Even if he's number 10, damn it, he's top 10. Because of how he took the fight to Tom Brady in both of those Super Bowls and gutted it out. And he is an all-time performer. No doubt about it. He's a better performer than his brother. Shoot, his brother, in that Super Bowl with Denver against Carolina? Shoot, his brother didn't even have to do anything. Peyton Manning didn't have to do anything. That was the defense. Peyton Manning didn't play really well. But the defense led by Von Miller. I was watching the game. That defense was crazy. Come on now, but I could give respect where respect is due. But this dude, nah, I'm not giving him respect. I don't give a damn, I want my damn respect. No, you earn respect. You don't just get respect. Hell, I don't get respect. I earn respect. So if you're thinking you're disrespected, you got to take a look in that mirror and ask yourself, why am I getting disrespected? Do I respect myself? Do I respect others first? Because that's what I do. I respect each and everybody's opinion. Listen, like I said, if you want to have LeBron top 10, top 5, the GOAT, I don't give a shit. I really don't care. But I'm not going to get bullied or being forced to submit to the idea that LeBron is top 10. And I don't want to hear, top 10 is crazy. I don't care. With all of the minions that are out there, okay, with all of the fans, the fanatics who lie and speak nonsense about LeBron James, he has enough of that. So fuck all of that sympathy. Oh, well, you got to have him in the top 10. I mean, no, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. And fuck his fan base. And I'm going to say it again. I'm tired of that shit, man. I'm sick of this dude. I'm sick of him, man. Sick of him, sick of his fans. I'm tired of looking at YouTube videos, reading comment sections. Like, fuck out of here. This dude is not basketball. And there's no fucking debate between him and Jordan. He's not behind Jordan, okay? He's not on the Mount Rushmore. The fuck out of here with that. Fuck out of my face with that bullshit. And like I said, this video is to not hype up and promote Kobe Bryant as far as being in the GOAT debate, as far as being top 5. He's none of that. And I will go ahead on record and say that Kobe Bryant is slightly overrated as an all-time great. But LeBron James, the most overrated, quote-unquote, superstar in the history of professional sports. Nobody's going to change my fucking opinion, so deal with it. I am not open-minded when it comes to that. Because I'm tired of, if that's the case, tell his fucking fans to stop lying about LeBron. I'm tired of fucking people coming at me. Tell his fucking fans to stop lying and spitting out misinformation. The fuck out of here, man. With all that bullshit. Oh, LeBron been the best player since 05. Shut the fuck up. Shut your ass up. Best player since 05. If that was the case, why the fuck he ain't make the playoffs? Oh, he's the best player since 05? Why the fuck they ain't make the playoffs? Yeah, I thought so. The fuck out of my face. Best player since 05. That was the biggest crock of bullshit I've ever fucking heard. Oh, well, he didn't have enough help. He didn't. Man, fuck out of here with that. He ain't have enough help my ass. You always got a fucking excuse for this sorry sack of shit. And that's why the fuck I get irritated. It's always a fucking excuse for this motherfucker. I don't make excuses for Kobe Bryant. I don't sit up here and lie about Kobe Bryant. I don't withhold information about Kobe Bryant. I tell you like it is. Now, my opinion is what it is, and you can disagree. You don't have to have Kobe in your top 10. I don't give a shit. I don't care about nobody's list. I'm just sick of the lies and the misinformation. That's the only reason why I'm making this video. I don't care what people rank other players at. I don't care. You want to have LeBron as the GOAT? So fucking what? Have LeBron as the GOAT. Keep gobbling him down. I don't give a fuck. But I know one thing. He's not my GOAT. He'll never be my GOAT. Kobe Bryant is my GOAT. That's the best player that I've ever seen. Back to back. Perseverance. Hard work. Dedication. Work ethic. Loyalty. Motherfucking loyalty. When has LeBron James ever been fucking loyal? Want to run around from super team to fucking super team and get credit? No. You don't get shit. You don't get no fucking respect for doing that. Any other time he didn't have a fucking super team, he either didn't make the playoffs or he got fucking smoked. And I don't want to hear that shit. Because he's not the difference. He can't get it done. The fuck out of here. And all that most points shit is bullshit. Because like I said earlier, if that was the case, then why the fuck is he not outscoring the second player with the most points on his team in the finals? I know why. Because he has fucking help. He'll never, ever be able to lace up Kobe Bryant sneakers. Ever. Ever. And like I said, I know Kobe Bryant is slightly overrated. And I'll be on record as saying that. But he's still a top 10 all-time player. And you can't take away what the fuck he's accomplished. Fuck that one MVP. Because he would have more if he wasn't playing with Shaq. I'm confident in saying that. He would have more. He might have at least 2 or 3. He would have at least 2 or 3. And then the conversation would be totally different. Now, I don't know. Now, I'm not going to be disingenuous and say he would have won more championships because I don't know. But listen, for him wasting 8 years of his prime and not being the featured superstar, yeah, well, it is what it is. But hey, that has to go into context. And just like I said earlier, he helped with the perception and rising the status of the high school basketball player, along with Kevin Garnett, along with Tracy McGrady, along with Jermaine O'Neal. These are guys who came out of high school who had impact by the time they were starters. So I don't want to hear no bullshit. LeBron owes those guys a lot of props. Okay? Just like a lot of African American players owe Bill Russell a lot of respect and props also, because guess what? He was the first dynasty winner. And that's why I get so tired of hearing the disrespect. Oh, well, if we're talking about rings, then, Bill Russell's the GOAT. Yeah, and that's not nothing wrong with that. Bill Russell's on the Mount Rushmore. So, of course, he's a GOAT. He's one of the GOATs. Or the GOAT. I have no problem. If somebody was to say right now, listen, Bill Russell, he's the greatest winner. He's the greatest player to ever live. I would have no problems with that. None. He should be the fucking logo, if we're being honest. And I have a lot of respect for Jerry West. But he should not be the logo. I respect what Jerry West was able to accomplish in this league and as a GM. I respect what he's done. He's the one that saw the talent in Kobe Bryant and wanted to get him. He's the one that was able to sign Shaquille O'Neal and sway him away from the Orlando Magic.
Have been very successful pushing the ball in transition.
He was also the one that found Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. So I respect what Jerry West has done in this league on and off the court. But he should not be the logo. It should be Bill Russell, who's the greatest winner. And he also helped improve the status of the African-American player. That should not go unnoticed. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, LeBron, Kobe, and all of the rest of the African-American players who are part of that heritage owe a lot to Bill Russell. A lot. Because he's the main reason why guys were saying, okay, you know what, these guys can play. So saying that Bill Russell is one of the GOATs, and if we're talking about rings, yes. But don't say that to try to fucking defend LeBron when somebody wants to bring up championships. The fuck out of my face with that bullshit. Like, listen, I don't want to hear that shit. So I'm so sick of the lies and the disrespect. Like I said, this is bigger than LeBron. It's bigger than him. When he's long and gone away from the game, people are going to still watch and talk about the game. You are not above basketball, you fucking bum. You're not. You are not basketball. It does not revolve around you with all of this attention seeking that you do. It's not. The fuck out of my face, man. Sick of his fucking fan base really fucking pisses me off. So sick of that shit, man. Like we're not just gonna remember that he had 2 MVPs and lost before he can even reach the fucking finals. And then on top of that, we're not going to act like, oh, matter of fact, you know what? Let's talk about this too. In 2009, there wasn't no excuse for Boston because people like to say, oh, well, Boston was a stupid team and all that bullshit. Okay, well, there wasn't no excuse in 2009 why he couldn't get past Orlando. I know why, because he wasn't like that. And he's lucky. I promise you, he is so lucky that he didn't make it to the finals. Kobe Bryant was going to smoke him. He was going to get embarrassed and get blown out off the fucking court and take off his jersey like the fucking baby that he is. Fuck that, I'm saying it. I'm putting it out there. I don't give a damn what anybody says about that. They would have got smoked. I don't give a shit about that MVP. Fuck that MVP. But Kobe walked away with the finals MVP. The only MVP that fucking matters. Fuck that regular season MVP shit. And the only reason why he's a 4-time finals MVP, one of them shits don't even fucking count. Okay? So the only reason why he's a 3-time finals MVP, but guess what? You know what? Even if we want to give him half credit, right? Okay? Even if we want to give him half credit, Anthony Davis should have been the finals MVP. The fuck out of here. And Ray Allen saved his ass. And so did Kyrie Irving and the NBA. The fuck out of here, man. With all of that bull. And let me say this. He underachieved in Miami with a fucking super team. He underachieved. Not 1, not 2, not all that fucking fake shit. Yeah, he said that. And what happened? He fucking got embarrassed in 2011. He couldn't even beat a zone. And he got embarrassed in 2014 when he fucking caught kitty cramps. Alright? When his fucking vagina had cramps in it and he had to carry his sorry ass off the court. Yeah, I fucking said it. I'm fucking being disrespectful. Fuck that, because you know what? His fucking fans have no problem being disrespectful to Kobe Bryant and many of the other greats in the NBA that have played the game. So fuck him. I'm fucking going all the way there with it. Yeah, I fucking said it. When his fucking vagina had cramps and he fucking played like shit and got carried off the court. wearing a fucking pad under his fucking shorts. Fuck that.
Anticipated that pass.
Sick of this shit, man. Sick of having to watch fucking YouTube and reading all these fucking meat gobbling people in the damn comments. Fuck that dude, man. You ain't no fucking GOAT, and when you lose, you always got a fucking excuse. Well, not today, Jack. Not with me. I see right through the bullshit. You'll never be in my fucking top 10. I don't give a fuck how controversial that is. I don't give a fuck if, oh, well, maybe I didn't know. No, maybe nothing. Maybe I'll put my foot in his ass. That's the fucking maybe. Fuck that bullshit. And I'm not mad. Trust me, I am not mad. I'm just upset at the way that the fucking, how his career has been perceived, and nobody wants to keep it real, and nobody wants to be honest and say, okay, you know what? As accomplished as he is, he's had a lot of lowlights. And he does have a losing finals record with no excuses. And make a concession to say, okay, you know what? I can see why somebody would have him out of the top 10. But no, they don't want to do that. They want to fucking force feed you, just like how wrestling. Listen, and I like John Cena. And I have a lot more respect for John Cena in his career than I do LeBron. Because at least with John Cena had to work his way to the top. That's the main difference. John Cena was not handed the WWE Championship and been on top for years. Unlike Triple H, who got the belt literally handed to him. But anyway, that's another topic for another time. But guess what? Just like with wrestling, through the years, wrestling fans have been force-fed John Cena for years. Years. Now, is he one of the greatest of all time? Absolutely. But I don't have him too high because of that. I have him right behind The Rock at number 6. I don't think John Cena is on the Mount Rushmore because of how much that he's been pushed and how much pushback that he's received. Yes, he was always consistent. He was always there. But there were times when the fans did not always want to cheer for him. And the WWE pushed him and forced him down the wrestler fans' throats. I would hear the comments and the rumblings. And that's the same way these are the same things that I have to say about LeBron James. He has been forced and pushed down everybody's fucking throats. That if you don't say he's the GOAT, top 5 or top 10, people look at you weird. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to go along to get along. I don't care how controversial my point is. I don't care. Listen, at this point, I respect each and every one of you, and I thank you for watching. But if this video is too much for you to handle and you want to unsub, then by all means, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. It's not a problem for me. I really don't care. I don't want to lose viewerships, but guess what? I'm going to speak my mind. And if my mind causes division and people don't want to rock with me anymore, then that's fine. It is what it is. I'm not here to kiss nobody's ass. All right? I'm not here to force people to watch my content. But for the most part, the reason why I stayed away from this topic was because I just didn't want to go there. I didn't want to make this kind of video. But when I keep fucking seeing disrespect, and when I keep seeing the phoniness with articles like Bleacher Report and people like and the people at ESPN, phony, when they've been disrespecting Kobe Bryant for years, I have to fucking say something. Not for this fucking bum. No, hell no. Not for LeBron. Not for the most overrated professional athlete in the history of sports. No. Kobe Bryant's legacy will not be disrespected for no LeBron. I'm not going to allow that. Not today, not any day. Let me take another sip of my water.
He read the offensive player perfectly.
That was a very impressive defensive play by Callan. He puts one up.
Havlicek is shooting over 60% from the floor.
I've had a long 2 months to process
On the offensive end, this team is looking very strong.
about coming back and everything. And I wanted to make this video for at least the last month. I haven't had time to,
Almost taken.
but now I do. Now I have the time, and I'm putting this out there.
If he keeps making
And like I said, this is my opinion.
rally around
I'm not trying to come at anybody. I'm just sick of the lies and the disrespect. I'm sick of it. Okay? I'm sick of the notion that he was carried by Shaq. I'm sick of the notion that, oh, well, he couldn't even start his first 2 years. I'm sick of everything.
The 70s All-Stars.
I'm tired of it when it comes to trying to argue or trying to talk about LeBron versus Kobe Bryant. I'm tired of it.
Reed made a nice move.
LeBron's accomplishments do not impress me. Okay? They do not. Now, I give him credit for his first years in Cleveland. Him winning an MVP with that roster, which is not the... Listen, it was the most fitting roster for LeBron. Not the most talented, but the most fitting. But when you go and join up with another Hall of Famer and legit superstar in Dwayne Wade, those championships, they don't count. Or they don't have as much impact as other players who had to stay with their teams. And I know what everybody's going to say. Oh, well, you know, it's the free agency era. You know, Kevin Durant did it. And guess what? Kevin Durant is not in no top 20 or top 30 of my players. Because he cheated the fucking game. Just like LeBron. But don't sit up here and don't sit up here and criticize Kevin Durant when none of y'all have that smoke for LeBron. If you ain't got no smoke for LeBron, don't tell me about no fucking Kevin Durant. Don't tell me about he joined a 73-9 team. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I really don't.
From the paint. Misses.
Because LeBron's legacy has to suffer because of that. And that's why I say he's in the top 15. He's right outside of the top 10. That's not a disrespect to LeBron James. Because look at how he's went about winning titles. Which he barely won. Some of those he barely won.
He is feeling it right now.
2016 and 2013, he barely won. And he was on an underachieving team in the Miami Heat. He underachieved. With all of that, not one, not two. Yeah, that team, he underachieved. So that should count for something as well. At least with Kobe, you know, I wouldn't say he overachieved, but he did what he was supposed to do. And that was win 2 back-to-back.
7 seconds left in the quarter.
Because, you know why that happened? And this is how full of shit Kobe Bryant is as well. The reason, you know, he made it a point to say, you know, it's not fair to Kareem. You know, no, I mean, it's not fair to him that people had those type of expectations. But you know why that happened to you, Kobe Bryant? All right, rest in peace to my dude. But you know why that happened? Because you were questioning Shaq's leadership. And you were acting like you can do it on your own. So that's why people held you to that standard of, if you don't win a championship, all of that noise you made back when you were playing with Shaq on how you could do this without him and you could do that and you could put up all these points, and how you had issues with Shaq and how he should be he should act like the leader on the team. That's why you were held to those standards. So I'm not going to feel sorry for Kobe Bryant for putting himself in that position. Don't get me wrong. So he had to do that. So that's why I'm not going to say he overachieved to try to make it seem like it's an accomplishment. No, you did what you were supposed to do. You won 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs because you put yourself in that position to say that you can do it without Shaq. So if you're going to give off that impression and speak like that, then you have to live up to what you're going to say.
Nobody able to come up with that loose ball.
You have to live up to that promise. So that's why I'm not going to sit up here and say that he overachieved, because he didn't. He did what he was supposed to do. Unlike LeBron, who underachieved with the super team. How do you do that? And then you ran. Like, oh my God. Talk about fucking non-loyal. You fucking ran again. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm just sick of the lies, like I said, when it comes to this dude. Okay, I'm sick of the nonsense, the bullshit. I'm just sick of all of it. And listen, it is what it is, man. People are going to have their opinions highly of him. They're going to say, oh, the 4 MVPs, the 4... Listen, if you're not trying to take a look at how he won, then there's no reason to talk to me. If how he won doesn't matter to you, then there's no reason to talk to me. And I know this. Let me say this, okay? Because, listen, I know that Patrick Ewing and Michael Jordan were good friends. And I know that people are going to say, well, you know, if the organization fails you, you can go wherever you want to go. And I'm not against that. Just like, I mean, I'm not against it because it's a business and it is what it is. But just like even now with Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's talking about he might leave Milwaukee. Now, I don't want him to leave Milwaukee. I want him to stay with Milwaukee because that's his original team. But guess what? If he does, then that's on him. But guess what else? If he joins a team that has a bunch of superstars, he's not going to get a lot of credit for winning, as he should not. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. So it's not about the players wanting to go with... And listen, if that was the case... Right? Why couldn't LeBron do what Jason Kidd did? And that's go to a team with a losing record, build them up, and go to the finals. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. Okay? Nobody talks about how Jason Kidd took a Nets franchise that was 26-52, or was it, no, 26-50 or 28-52, one of those records, whatever. No, is it 20? No. I forget the total. I think it was like 26-56, something like that. And they didn't make the playoffs to them making the finals. Now, they lost to LA, but that's way more impressive than what LeBron did by going to a team already with a Hall of Famer and making it to the finals. Look at the roster Jason Kidd had. And another thing, why is Tim Duncan not better than LeBron? Can somebody answer that? When he beat LeBron 2-1 in the finals? Can somebody fucking answer that? Why is Steph Curry not better than LeBron? Why is Kevin Durant not better than LeBron? When they have winning records against LeBron in the finals. Isn't that what it's about? Oh no, that's not what it's about. It's about these fucking stats. Oh, well, you know, LeBron, he broke the score. Fuck that record. Fuck that scoring record. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that goddamn record. Think I give a shit about that fucking record when nobody brought that shit up? Why wasn't nobody saying Kareem was the GOAT? Fuck that fucking record. That's all you motherfuckers have is stats. Oh, and then Max Kellerman with his stupid ass. Oh, well, if you look at the advanced analytics, yeah, the advanced analytics say that he's a fucking loser in the finals. Won't you look at those advanced analytics and shove it up your ass? The fuck out my face. Advanced analytics. I don't give a fuck about PR and fucking truth shooting and all that dumb shit. You think I get... Those are not primary. And guess what? You know why I don't care about PR? Because the person who invented the PR, he was on the Memphis Grizzlies. And he was a part of that team that had Zebo and Marc Gasol. And guess what? With all of the advanced analytics, they didn't win shit. They didn't win a motherfucking thing. So fuck those advanced analytics. Dumbass shit. How many wins did you have? Okay? How many finals MVPs do you have? That's where the conversation starts. Were you the best player on your team? Were your team in the finals? Were you a winner more than a loser? Fuck those fucking points per game stats. Because you'll have somebody tell you that fucking James Harden was a better offensive player than Kobe Bryant. Bullshit! Where was that fucking offense in Game 7? Huh? Where was that? Where was all that offense when he fucking bricked all those fucking threes? Where was that fucking offense? Somebody tell me that shit. The fuck out of here with all those fucking stats and triple doubles. Think I give a fuck? That's all you motherfuckers have. But guess what? That shit don't work over here. That shit does not work over here. Russell Westbrook is not a better player than fucking Steve Nash because he averages fucking triple doubles. Fuck those fucking triple doubles. Alright? He's not better than Steph Curry because he has more triple doubles. Fuck that. What is your wins? Do you lead your team to the finals? Do you win in the finals? Do you have a winning finals record? Fuck those fucking stats. That's all you LeBron fucking meat huggers have. That's all you fucking have. And that's all you will ever have. Because he'll never be in my fucking top 10. Fuck that shit, man. Now, if he would have stayed with Cleveland, won a championship, I could give him his credit and maybe put him in the top 10 right behind Kobe Bryant ahead of Isaiah Thomas. I could say that easily. Because he would have stayed with his franchise. But no, what did he do? He ran. Because he couldn't beat Boston. He fucking ran. After he was winning 2-1 in the series. He fucking ran. Back in 2010. The fuck out, man. Fuck that fucking scoring record bullshit. Oh, the greatest scorer. I'm going to take the guy with the most points. Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. How does it feel? How do you feel knowing that you're a fucking idiot? Taking the guy with the most points. The fuck does that even mean? That don't mean he's a better scorer. He's a fucking 28% average from the mid-range. He's scared to shoot a jump shot. That's why he has to offensive foul and get to the fucking free throw line because he don't have no fucking moves. Fucking using his forearm and his elbow. That's not how you play the game. That's not how you play basketball. And having the media in your pocket, the NBA referees in your pocket, and the referees swallowing the fucking whistle. I don't respect that. And you offensive fouler, nobody can't touch you. And then you got a nerve to fucking talk about some, oh, I hope people keep that same energy. And guess what? He got blown out in the first round of the fucking playoffs when he said that. The fuck out of here. And walked off the court. Shook everybody's hand like the baby that he is and walked off the fucking court all sad and sorry. The fuck out of here. Keep that same energy. And you didn't even make the fucking playoffs. With your fucking bum ass. And then you crying, oh, Tatum, he fouled me. Tatum fouled me. Fuck you. Tatum fouls. Y'all don't want to hear that shit. All the fucking offensive fouls you commit and they don't say nothing. The fuck out of here. Yo, Tristan Thompson is a habitual moving screen setter. And if you don't believe me, watch how Tristan Thompson set screens. Never once get called for offensive fouls. And this is why I said in my top 10 video, LeBron has the most respect on the whistle than any quote-unquote superstar that I've ever seen. And he over the backs when trying to get an offensive rebound. Over the back, no nothing, no call. The fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Tired of hearing about that fucking scoring record. Nobody brought that shit up. And I used to know that there was a scoring record, and I knew that Kareem had the scoring record even when I was younger. I knew about the scoring record, but I've never heard nobody really talking about the scoring record and saying, well, Kareem is the greatest because he has the most points. But now we're supposed to say LeBron is the man. Fuck that bullshit. Give a fuck about those fucking stats. He's the modern day Wilt Chamberlain. That's all he is. Because Wilt Chamberlain underachieved too. And he joined the fucking super team. Well, not joined the super team. He joined the team and made them into a super team. And that's why listen, him and Wilt are so similar. And I know people might not like this, but listen. Wilt Chamberlain to me is overrated as well. Listen, that's just my opinion. Because guess what? When he joined up with Jerry West back in 1969, they was in the finals every year, but they were fucking losing. So I don't want to hear about Wilt Chamberlain's stats. Fuck those stats and fuck them records also. That's all LeBron is. He's the modern Moses Malone mixed with Wilt Chamberlain. That's all he is. He would have been a great player with 2 MVPs, and that's it. But you know what? I'll give him I'll give him a championship. Okay, 1 championship, the scoring record, and 2 MVPs with 1 Finals MVP. I'll give him that. That's still not an impressive resume to be recognized as an all-time great. Now, I would have had respect for that resume, and I would have put him in the top 10 because he stayed through the grind. And guess what? At least if you're not going to, listen, if you're not going to stay with the franchise, go to another team, right, that doesn't have a superstar and try to win there. But guess what? He can't do that because he's not that dude. He can't do what Jason Kidd did. He can't do what fucking Steve Nash did. He can't do what fucking Charles Barkley did. Go to a team that might have been in the playoffs or just missed the playoffs and make that team a finals contender. He can't fucking do it. Because guess what? The first year that he got in LA, you know what happened? He missed the fucking playoffs. And I don't want to hear about that fucking groin injury. Because everybody swear, oh, well, they were 4th in the West. They were 4th in the West and his groin. Fuck that. Because when he came back, he ain't do shit neither.
3 on the clock. Baylor rises from the perimeter.
Cowens is crashing the boards and making sure the other team doesn't get any second chances.
Tired of the fucking bullshit with this dude, man. I'm so sick of it. So listen, this game is about to come to an end. My commentary is about to come to an end. Listen, I know this video is controversial. I don't give a fuck, okay? And like I said, the only reason why I'm talking like this is because you know what? A lot of LeBron James fanatics and the people that root for him and stuff, they don't give a fuck how they talk about other players. So I'm not gonna give a fuck on how I talk about him. I was gonna do this video nice and calm and peaceful and just be like, okay, you know what, this is what it is. And no, fuck that. Cause they wanna fucking be disrespectful. I'm gonna fucking be disrespectful. Eye for an eye. I believe in that. I don't give a fuck how this video sounds. You're just not hearing what the fuck I'm saying. If you're more worried about how I'm saying the message, and look at Will having a good game. If you're more worried about how I'm saying the message instead of the message itself, then fuck you too. Okay? Fuck you too. Whatever. I don't care. Because what I'm saying is nothing but facts. So anyway, like I said, he's not in my fucking top 10. He never will be. All right, he's outside of the top 10 at probably 14 or 13, whichever one. And right outside of that, I got guys like Wilt Chamberlain, Dr. J, George Mikan, and Steph Curry, and then there's LeBron. But other than that, he's not in my top 10. And he'll never be better than Kobe fucking Bryant. Never. Kobe Bryant will always be better than LeBron. When it comes to defense, leadership, scoring, shooting, the eye test, the finals record, and the finals MVPs. More impressive. And his career more impressive, playing through injury. Not going and bowing out in 2008 saying, listen, we lost. Maybe we'll be here next year. That's what the fuck Kobe Bryant did, like a fucking warrior. And he persevered, and he came back and won the fucking title. Unlike LeBron, oh, well, you guys got to go back to the same lives that you guys had. Oh, fuck you. And then in 2018, oh, well, I broke my hand after the game. So why the fuck were you dunking? Why were you in the game? Why were you not dressed in a suit and tie saying, I cannot play, I hurt my hand? Because you're a fucking liar and a baby. And you are not no fucking king. You're a peasant. You're a fucking nobleman. Or a fucking, you're a nobleman or a fucking scholar. Some shit like that. Or a knight. You're not no fucking king. And stop doing that stupid shit, putting that fake ass invisible crown on your head. Dumbass shit. And fuck you 2K for having me as a fucking 95. That's disgusting. When he don't play no fucking defense. Fucking sitting around. Yeah, because he averaged 30? Is that what you're gonna say? Because it's always back to the stats. Okay, yeah, he averaged 30 and he's giving up fucking 80. Because he ain't playing no fucking defense, fucking standing around. Fucking lollygagging, basket hanging, waiting for a fucking rebound. And then 2K got a nerve to put him as a fucking 95. I swear, man. Anyways, this video is gonna come to an end. Listen, I know, like I said, I know it's controversial. It is what it is. You can like my opinion. You cannot like it. You can respect it. Don't respect it. You can sub, unsub. I'm sharing my thoughts and my opinions on this subject matter, and it is what it is. Okay? So, I respect you all, and I thank you all for your viewership, but I'm not going to hold my tongue anymore, and I'm not going to hold back on this topic. I'm not. Okay? I'm not. It is what it is. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I always appreciate that. Hopefully, if you're here, you stay here. If you're new here, this is not how I usually talk, okay? I'm much more calmer, but I haven't been here in a while, so I wanted to share that video because I've just been seeing a lot of BS when I watch YouTube, when I read articles, when I see photos. I just get really fucking heated because a lot of people don't apply context when it comes to the careers of other players, but we have to apply context when it comes to LeBron James and why he lost all of those finals. That's what I don't like. It's okay to apply context to his career, but we can't apply context to nobody else's career. And defend the fact that, hey, listen, this guy is not as good as you guys say he is. Nobody can't have that take and have that opinion. Well, I'm doing it. So, like I said, I don't usually talk like this, but I had to let it be known. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. I appreciate that. If you're new, join the squad. I have plenty of other gameplays on the channel. If you've been here, thank you. I hope you stay here. I'm out of here, y'all. That's it.